सहनावतु सनो भुनक्तु सवीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। You know, we have been going through these beautiful verses, and as always, I remind you that hope after the whole class is over, you are going back, thinking for yourself, seeing for yourself, and as I told you last class, being it. There is a difference between you are trying to understand and being it. The clear example that I gave you is, when you go to a physics class, a chemistry class, a mathematics class, you go there to understand and pick up a role being a physicist. You understand physics, you don't become physics. You understand chemistry, you don't become chemistry. Here you don't understand self, you are the self. So remember that. There is a huge difference between you trying to understand a subject and being the subject. In understanding the subject, you shall never be the subject. You shall never be physics, you are not chemistry, you are not mathematics, you are not history, you are not geography. You shall never become the subject. Here you are already the subject, so don't try to understand the subject. You must see it very clear. It's absolutely essential. So don't sit down there trying to understand. Then go back and say, oh, I had a glimpse of it. What? Wrong statements. The sun never says it had got a glimpse of the sun. Only the onlooker from the down below, who is looking through the cloud to the sun, he thinks he had a glimpse. The sun of consciousness, you can't have a glimpse of it. You are it. Yes, if you are staying under the cloud of ignorance and trying to look through the thoughts, look through the ignorance, sometimes somewhere a little cloud passes, then you say, oh, I had a glimpse of it. Then, miserable, gone. Who is doing that? Please, friends, please. Life is not something which, life is not something where you can pass through these happiness, unhappiness. No, that is relative. Who you are is absolute. Consciousness, reality, truth, God, name it, whichever way you like. There are no ups and downs. Like beautifully says that, na graha, na tyaga, na laya. There is nothing to accept, nothing to reject, nothing to resolve. When you are trying to understand, who is trying to understand? You are here. There is no question of you trying to be yourself. Can you try to be silence? Think. The silence is not, listen to the statement I have given you so many times, but a little modification today. The silence is not the absence of a sound. The silence is the silence, the reality that you are, is the absence not of a sound, listener. Do you grasp it? The silence, the consciousness, is not the absence of a sound, is not the absence of a thought. If you can say, perhaps, in the language of absence, it is the absence of the listener, absence of the thinker. But that again is a limited statement. But if you say the consciousness, the silence is absence of a thinker or absence of a listener, then you shall be afraid of the arrival of the listener, the thinker, the I thought. No, it is also not only the absence of the listener, but also in spite of the listener. Not only absence of the thinker, but in spite of the thinker. The simplest thing. Your sense of being is absolutely effortless, and that is what you are. You've been listening to it for the longest time. How long you have been, how long you are just being it, very important. This morning we went for a walk, like every day we go for a walk. 4:15, 4:45, 4:45, we go for a walk. After coming back, me and the Swamiji here, we were both walking, and always I walk very fast, very, very fast. Coming back 45 minutes, whoa, sweating and enjoying. And heartbeat almost goes up. And I was telling you, this is walking. When you do that, this walking will be so nice because it completely is healthy, because not only your body is walking, but the heart also is pounding. Now some people walk, how they go for morning walk? A little slowly, slowly, 3-4 people talk, and then they'll stop for some time, have a tea also, coffee, or sit down in the beach for 10-20 minutes, then again get up slowly, and they come, they go, leave home at 6 o'clock, they come back at 8 o'clock, 2 hours. Everybody knows they have gone for a walk. Is it walking? It is some type of a loitering, hanging around. You could have done it from bedroom to drawing room to kitchen. You are doing it from there to the beach and coming back. That's not walking. Listening is not how long you have been exposing yourself to these Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutras, Siddhi Granthas and all that stuff. That is a sensation for the ears. How much your heartbeat has gone up inside, is thinking. How much your thinking has been, you understand, shaken. If your heartbeat doesn't go up, your walking is meaningless. If your thinking is not shaken up, your listening is meaningless. Very simple as that. If your thinking is not shaken up, if the thinker is not challenged, the individuality is not challenged, the listening has no impact, no effect. That is why it becomes a mutual entertainment. The teacher entertains, the students are entertained, both disappear. That's not the point. You see, like a hammering, a loving hammering, the Bhagavan ASHTAVAKRA gives to us, that boy, Janaka. You have come to study, ayame veite vandaha brahmi bhavitam ichchasi. You have come to study. That you want to study, that you want to samadhi manutishthasi, that you are trying to practice samadhi, brahmi bhavitam ichchasi, you want to be Brahman, you want to be free, that is your bondage. Suddenly, the wind is taken out of yourself, because you may be feeling very proud. Now I am interested in holy scriptures. I am not interested in Brahman, the truth, the absolute. Previously you were interested in making some friendship, making some money, getting a job, getting some land, getting a car. Now you are interested in getting Brahman also. A holy pursuit, it means nothing. Are you really interested? Because friends, please see that. Just like the heartbeat must go up, then only it has impact on your physical body. Or if I can say that, the thought beat must go up. In a sense, the I must be challenged. When the I is challenged, individuality is challenged, and you recognize, what is this word I? Again, to the extent, as you have seen very clearly, that doesn't even exist. What is the I? Remember the picture I gave it to you. Just think for yourself. The whole creation is existing. There is no sound, no name, no nothing. It's a nameless sound, a silence, nameless universe. Don't say sound silent. Nameless universe. Right or wrong? Are we philosophizing? It's a nameless universe. Please forget the names and think. forms may appear without names. How are you troubled in life? Nameless thoughts? No, the name comes, the father comes, the brother comes, the husband comes, the wife comes, the friends come, the people come. Names. Have you been worried about the Himalayan mountain thought? Have you been worried about the Ganges flowing? Oh, this morning onwards the Ganges is coming in my head. Have you been worried that the seashore is so beautiful? Or there is a beach or there are waves? No. The person there. That is why few people you know in life, 4, 5, 6, 7 people you know in life. Thoughts, thoughts, thoughts. The words that they have spoken. What you have faced, those thoughts. Nameless universe. It's a nameless universe, your physical body existing in the nameless universe, picking up what? Sensations, words, sounds, touches, taste, smell, again nameless. You are conscious. This is the whole arrangement. Consciousness, thoughts, body, creation. Or you want to go the other way around, creation is existing, of course you are conscious, and the body is there, true to the perception, true to the sense of the perception, thought is there. In all this natural arrangement, where is the I? What is the need for the I? Yesterday somebody sent me SMS from long duration. He said, Swamiji, if the thoughts are the product of ignorance, how do I get rid of the thoughts? The thoughts are disturbing. How do I get rid of the thoughts? I said, your assumption is wrong. Neither the ignorance is a problem, nor the thought is a problem. Your identification is a problem. Right or wrong, think. That there is a thought, is it a problem? That there is a creation, is it a problem? That there is a body, is it a problem? That you are conscious, is it a problem? One thing. And when this I becomes a problem, when this I, the individual, exists without taking into account Ishvara, the totality. Individuality, please understand, sir. No individuality, no problem. The moment you bring in individuality, you better bring the totality. Understand? Because you as an individual cannot exist without the totality. Like this individual body, start from your body. Individual body cannot exist without the macrocosmic universe. The space, total air, total fire, total water, total earth, everything must be there. Then only this little thing comes. For a drop to come, listen carefully, for a drop to come, for a drop of rain to fall, the whole cosmos is involved. The sun is shining, the body of the ocean and the water evaporates, goes up as clouds, cools down, a drop falls. For a drop to come, the cosmos is involved. Without the drop, everything was existing. Are you getting that point, please? Without the little drop, the whole cosmos was existing. Because of the particular drop, the cosmos is not existing. It is existing, but this drop comes in, recycling, it comes back. And when the drop says, I am the drop, he better remembers, I am the inseparable part of the cosmos, totality. Body was not there, the universe was there. This body shall disintegrate, the creation shall continue to be. Body has no problem. Neither the creation, the thought, consciousness, nothing. The bringing in I, Ishvara, Sarva Nirmata, Nihanyeti Nishchay, Antargaliti Sarvasa, So what a swing it takes from the form to the formless, from the name to the nameless, from the nameless to all names, to the formless to all forms. Wow, which one you like? Nirguna Brahma, consciousness all pervasive, Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma, beautiful. Ishavashyam Idam Sarvam, beautiful, but don't say I am, without referring to the total. You don't refer to yourself, don't refer to God. Are you getting that point? If you don't refer to yourself, don't refer to anything either. Hey, please, if I say you, please, the moment I say you, I like it or not, I am already telling I, right or wrong? Or difficult to understand? The moment I say you, I don't have to say I. See, I never say I always say he. Without the I, where is the you and he? You understand this funny spiritual language? The moment you say you or he, you are already asserting yourself. The moment you say that, this is already there. Without the subject, how do you objectify? The moment you are objectifying, you are accepting yourself as a subject, the I. And what a volatile subject it is, literally hanging in the limbo. It has no place. Like the snake, ahankar, like the snake, isolated, so hissing at everybody. Confined itself to the physical body, imprisoned in this body and the thought, now gets angry with everybody. Me versus the universe. Frightened, persecuting himself, suffering, destroyed. Once he finds Shiva, all pervasive, then what happens? The Bhushana, or Shiva. You don't like the language of snake? All right. The fellow moves around like a lusty bull. Uncontrolled, uncontrollable. Individuality. Strong. Fights with everybody, like a bullfight. Comes to Shiva. Now Shiva is the one, he is the carrier. And the same mind carries Lord Shiva himself. Now, Vrishabha. See how the Vrishabha, the bull, gets divinized by carrying Shiva. The snake gets divinized by being in the part of the Shiva. Not knowing myself, I was considering myself Kalankini, like Chandra, like Chandrama, stained. So many spots, dark spots. I was ashamed of myself. Shiva took me on his head. What happens? Chandrachuda, hey Chandrachuda, you know that. Isolated, mortal, mundane, limited, part of the totality. Ishvara alone is existing. I am not there. Don't worry about Ishvara either. If you speak, speak of God. If you don't speak, if I say don't speak, let's not talk about anything else. What is that? If you don't speak, don't speak. It's beauty. See that, friends. That is where you can see. Even this morning it was coming to me, the idea is like the teacher is who? What is his teacher name of the teacher? ASHTAVAKRA. What is ASHTAVAKRA? 8 bends. Man, the individual in ignorance is a person with 1,000 bends. When you understand the reality, the beauty personification, absolute magnificence. There is nothing more resilient, nothing more lively, divine than that. Absolutely flawless. Accept these limitations. You have to accept the limitation of your body. Can you not? The body means it has to grow, change, die. Die? What is the death? The language is a habitual language. What is the death? It's a continuous change. The drop cannot die in the body of the ocean. Individual cannot die in the love of the God, the totality. All the time, only one thing is existing. That is why you can call it, as before we have seen it, Mayeva Chidambodho. In me the ocean of consciousness, Vishwa Vichayaha Udetu Nashtamayat. These waves of the universe can rise and fall. Make akshati. What is my gain? What is my loss? See the beauty, friends. Please, you cannot listen to it and then you say, I got a glimpse of it. What is a glimpse now? The sun never gets a glimpse. The sun is sun. Onlooker gets a glimpse. So are you an onlooker or the self? See the beauty. But when you go on talking about you should be ready and you should be prepared for this, you should look at this, then only you shall get this. So you are continuously being programmed to have a darshan of the reality and not be the reality. So some days you are very clear, some days you are not clear. For how many years? 20 years, 30 years, thousands, hundreds of books have gone. Everything, books are finished, but you are never finished. With every book study beginning, you are also beginning, ready to study more. Oh, I see. What preparedness. Like the teacher told one day, his teacher, the teacher comes and the student goes there, the teacher is dying. He is in the deathbed. So the student comes and says, comes up, the teacher says, oh, where are you? He says, that I am come here now and I am not going to leave you. And he says, because I am going to be with you all the time. He said, really? Can you be with somebody for all the time? Either your body shall pass or that fellow shall go away. Getting that. To say that I shall be there for you and all the time. Oh. Either that fellow will go or this fellow will go. Then the teacher says, why? Because you, the teacher, student says, why? Because you are the light of my life. Prasamsa. The teacher says, are you so much dazzled by my light that you refuse to own your own light? You are so much dazzled by my light that you refuse to own your light, the light that you are, the light that we are. Understand that, my friends. It is absolutely amazing. See that truth for yourself. It is something out of the world. Please. So, see it, okay? When you are going through these things, study these things, as we are sitting down here, ask yourself the question, am I just walking and there is no heartbeat growing up? Am I just listening and the thoughts are not challenged? I am not challenged. Be that, okay? So that your life becomes absolutely beautiful. Okay? Now, read the verses. We shall see that, please. Next one. So when just Janaka for 3 to 4 chapters, as we saw that every time he say that, where the, what shall I say, the last chapter was where the Ishvara's servant, that was the ultimate, because from the formless, now you move to all forms. You can see that as though you start with a name, a form, and go to nameless, formless, that you are. Then go to all names, all forms. Ishvara is. Is it difficult? That is the method. That's the whole way of revealing the reality. Straight away, if you say you are the Brahman, the consciousness, what nonsense are you talking about? The fellow will not understand. Like the drop is told, you are the ocean. What nonsense. You won't understand. Don't talk about the language of the ocean, because the drop will not understand the language of the ocean. A miserable person will not understand the language of absolute happiness. A mortal will not understand the language of immortality. Shiva, God, will not understand. This tiny drop will understand about the water content. What are you, the drop as such? What is at the top of you, bottom of you, middle of you? That substance, water. And that water is everywhere. That's good. Water is everywhere, right? But see this thing which is continuously taking me down and up. That is ocean, of which this drop is an instance. As water, you are content of the drop and the ocean. As the drop, you are an inseparable part of the ocean. Both ways you are safe. Are you getting that point, please? As water, you are the content of the drop and the ocean. As the drop, you are an inseparable part of the ocean. You can never start separated. So what is your problem? There is no problem. When I am there, that is the problem. Are you getting that point, please? So the I is such a powerful thing, it's become a problem. It was a problem because of the ignorance. Once I know myself for who I am, it's fine. It's like many people say, oh please, the language you see that in the public discourses, in the spiritual lectures, spiritual discourses, what is that? Bring God to your life. Bring God to your life. When was it not there to be brought in? God is, the truth is, the God is always in your life. Recognize it. Yes. You cannot bring God to your, are you getting that point? What is bringing God to your life? It's like bringing a husband home or a wife home, bringing some money home, bringing some vegetable to the kitchen, bringing some chocolate from the other country. So bring God home, bring God to your life. When was he out? To be brought in. But this is where unconsciously the individuality takes a pride. I am nowadays moving in God. With God I am living. One day a person goes, friends, and he is the person who has brought drugs into his life, smokes into his life, drinks into his life, totally addicted, totally alcoholic, totally destroyed, obsessed. Somebody's money, somebody this and that. Such a person goes to the teacher. What are you talking about this truth? Why should I come here? He said, now you are addicted to drugs and you are getting little high. Do you want to get an unaddicted high? Do you want non-alcoholic intoxication? No object, absolute joy? Come to self-knowledge, understand the absolute. You appreciate. See these friends. That is why I say, sit down, sit down. You cannot start as the ocean. The human, please understand, the beginning point of human is not God. The beginning point of the search for a human being is not Brahman, not the formless or the all total forms. The beginning point of the search for individual is individual. My little body. I begin from where I am and not where I should be. So from that, when I start a name, a form, I move into nameless, formless. What is moving into? Shifting the dimensions. I took myself to be all that I have. Now I know who I am. Even ASHTAVAKRA can accept his ASHTAVAKRATvam. Even the man with 1,000 bends can accept that 1,000 bends in his body. Why? Flawless, absolute. Flawless, absolute. See that, friends. Mortality of the body shall not go away. Aging of the body shall not disappear. Deceptivity of the universe will not go. World is deceptive. Or we are stupid to expect the body never to grow old. So, we are deceived. Body is not deceiving us. Expecting a friend to be friend all the time. Deceptive, deceived. We are deceived. No, a person can change. A relationship can break. It can happen. It can come to an end. You can't be a husband or wife all the time. You can't be a friend all the time. Understand, friends? Whereas, being a devotee, being the truth, is non-negotiable. You have to be part of the God all the time. We feel deceived because when I take, please see, I have told you in God my best friend. When we forget our primary relationship with the totality called Ishvara and take the secondary to be primary, the secondary relationship with my people, when that is broken, I go to the primary. But if I have my primary relationship intact, the secondary shall go. That is why Jnana Sambandha. Jnana Sambandha, Ishvara Sambandha. Always the truth, always Ishvara alone is. It's not an attitude, it is wisdom. Attitude is, you can take in, you can drop also. Changing attitude, no? Changing attitude. Devotion is not a changing attitude. Wisdom is not a changing attitude. That's your being. You cannot, Mahadeva, you cannot drop it. Other secondary relationship you cannot hold on to. Can you hold on to it? Just a moment. Yesterday I got a call from the home, from the village. You know, my uncle's son, who was 74-year-old, when I was a child, he is the one who taught me Sanskrit, insisted that I must get back at the Sabda Rupa, Dhatu Rupa, you know, that during a summer vacation. So I'll be picking it up. Well, he really liked me. He introduced me to so many literature, words of, you know, the nice quotations from Sanskrit, from Oriya language, from English. Well, he was a good student. Yeah, in those days he had come to Madras also. Madras School of Social Work he studied some 40 years back, or 50 years back. Suddenly he passed. Okay, what happened? What I'm telling is, this is what happened to everybody's life, no? To whom you know so well, suddenly somewhere gone. Then what happens? Just like that, death can happen there, can happen suddenly, the relationship showers, gone. If you are there to grieve it, listen carefully, if you are there to enjoy it, you will be there to grieve it. But if you know Ishvara. Ishvara, Sarvani, Nirmata. Why the person came into my life? I don't know. How did he go? I don't know. I enjoyed. I'm grateful for the meeting. That we crossed our path, fantastic. Why? I don't know. Same thing your body. Do you ever know after 5 years what the body will happen? 5 years, 5 minutes what will happen? Do you know that? If an incurable disease is going to come after 5 years, already it has started, we don't know. One day you discover. When you discover, it is already full blown. So when you were happily hanging around, it was there growing. Same thing. A friend's deception, a business partner's deception, or the husbands or wives or the bureaucrat, executive, anything, anywhere, it's already happening. We were not aware of it. The moment it comes, shall we collapse or shall we face? Be yourself. 1,000 bends, ASHTAVAKRA. That was a tremendous thing for this morning when ASHTAVAKRA is name, huh? Because each one of us is 1,000 bends. That is why you bend everybody to your likes and dislikes. And some people are unbending, they break. It's like the ocean liner. In the ocean, the tiny coconut floats. Floats because it floats on all sides. A tiny fruit, dry fruit, will float all sides. The mightiest ocean, the biggest of the waves cannot drown it. Huge ocean liner, 1,000,000 ton, 2,000,000 ton, gone. Why? One side only it floats. If you are a man with one side, if you are a person with few sides, this is good, that is bad, this is right, that is wrong, this is holy, that is unholy, don't worry, you shall be sinking continuously. When you see yourself, God alone is existing, finished. And that is what Ashtavakra, he says that Apadah Sampadah Kale Daivadati Nischay. Apadah Sampadah Kale, in time there shall be adversities, prosperity. Apadah Sampadah. How does it come? Daivaditi, from the Daiva, from the total unknown. I did not create my body and come here. And what the body facing, all things facing, I don't know. But to recognize, long before the body came, the thoughts came, I am there. Consciousness is already there. The self of Ishvara alone is existing. Daivat. So the total mind as though, from that only everything is coming. Iti nischay. Truptah, swasthendriyaha, nityam, na vanchati, na sochati. What language? Truptah, swasthendriya. Truptah, always satisfied, contented. His contentment doesn't depend upon the presence of something or absence of something. If your happiness, listen carefully, your happiness depends upon the presence or absence of something, you are unconsciously handing over the remote control for your misery and happiness to others. Why do you give the remote control? Because you also enjoy controlling, right? If your happiness depends upon, when I give this flower to him, I'll be happy. And in turn also, there is an expectation. He or she should say, thank you for this little money or this flower, this chocolate, thank you. Now what happens? That you give this should be unconditional. Why you give? Because you can give. If the other fellow doesn't say, thank you, your world is finished. Did you enjoy giving? Yes. Did you enjoy not giving? Yes. Did you enjoy doing it? Yes. Did you enjoy not doing it? Yes. then other people's recognition doesn't matter anymore. Trupta, satisfied. That is well. Sit down, friends, sit down. When I say sit down means what? Be that. The creation, how much you see that, huh? How beautiful, just existing as it is. The trees don't move, the land doesn't move, the grass doesn't move, even the water is moving, the ocean, it is all within that boundary. It looks like everything in its own place. Can you be in your own place? Only the human being, here, there, go, 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 go. And who is driving you crazy? God. Right? Just think. Iti Trupta Swastendriya. Indriya is in their own place, mind is own place. Na vanchati nityam, always. Na vanchati, na sochati. Neither he asks, desires, craves for something or grieves for something. Doesn't crave for something, arrival of something, nor grieves for the departure of something. The body is beautiful, going to go wonderful. Thoughts are wonderful, thoughts are going wonderful. People are fantastic, going away wonderful. Prosperity is nice. Prosperity gone also nice. Why? It's who I am, non-negotiable, independent of the presence or absence of things. When the teacher has told like in 4 or 5 chapters, okay, now ASHTAVAKRA went on and on and on, okay. Now Janaka comes back and says, what you say is right. As I told you, it is a revelry, it is a total revelry. The teacher is reveling, the student is reveling. And then the student is also adding it up to it. And the teacher is feeling absolutely thrilled. Bah, the fool understands it. So nice. You know, so beautiful. Read. Janagavacha Kaya Krutyasaha Purvam Tato Vagvistarasaha Atha Chinta Sahastasmad Evam eva hamastitaha Pritya bhavena sabdadehe Adrushyattvena chatmanaha Vikshepeikagra hrudaye Evam eva hamastitaha Samadhyasadi vikshaptau Vyavahara samadhaye Evam vilokya niyamam Evam eva hamastitaha. So when the teacher says, the student sees it very clearly. What all he says is right. And that is how I am already existing. Evam eva aham asthita. That is the refrain for all the 8 verses. Evam eva, this is how, Ade Madri, Evam eva, that is how aham asthita. What all we are talking, that is how I am there. Sampada, apada, kale. Whether it is apada comes, sampada comes, daivati nischay, it all comes from the unknown, adhidaivika. I am not responsible for it. Listen carefully. Oh, this is so beautiful. Here it is not, listen, it is not abdication of responsibility. Going beyond the sense of responsibility. Abdication of responsibility is helplessness, escaping. Here it is something, I cannot say I am responsible. If you say that, I cannot say I am not responsible either. Like physical body, just let us see. You know, it is like this. Very misunderstanding can come anywhere. A politician goes to another country, okay? And the journalists nowadays, you know what all fantastic journalists are there. They try to put word into your mouth which you have not spoken. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Not everybody is like that. Just think of it. So then he goes to the another country, and then he goes to see for a social study, seeing the social conditions, what type of life, people living and this, that. A rich country, you know, but it's a small place. He goes there, lands in the airport, and some the journalist coming there and says, "Sir, you have come to this place, it's such a beautiful country. Have you come to see," you know, because he has come to social studies, you know, "have you come to see here the brothels?" You know, because how the poor people, deprived people, somebody taken to that prostitution and this type of thing, drug addiction and all these things, you know, so that is the subject. "So are you going to come to see these brothels?" The person was, you know, stunned, and he said, "What is this question they are asking like this?" And he said, "But is there any brothel here? Because you are such a rich country, you see. You are such a rich country, everything. But is there any brothel here?" Next day headline, "The visitor asked for, is there any brothel here?" You put the question to him, and he is asking in a particular, can you report the intonation? What I am trying, are you getting that point? Can you report the intonation? I said, "Come here." How will you write that "come here"? I said, "Come here." The other person is whatever mood he said, he told me, "Come here." Same word he is telling. He told me, "Come here." I was so rude. I said, "Come here." How do you write "come here" gently and "come here" in an insulting way? How do you write "go there" gently and write in an insulting way? Depends on the person. You are the truth. How do you write it with wisdom and stupidity? Depends on the person who is interpreting it. That is why Shastra goes for a Siksha. The person who doesn't know it, he will exactly go on interpreting it in that particular way. One who knows it, give him a wrong word, he will make it right. Because there is nothing else wrong or right in the absolute. Are you there? Yes. But you are not there. Yes, I am not there. How can you talk about it? Let us not talk. But why don't you talk about it? Why not talk? Don't say that. Look back at yourself. There is a body. Yes, the body will go. Yes. So many things around. Yes. The things should not be there. Yes. Or things should be there. You won't be there. Yes. So many thoughts. Yes. But you are not the thought. Yes. But does it matter if the thoughts are there? It doesn't matter if the thoughts are there. But can you not use the thought? Yes, I can use the thought. Right or wrong? How do you write this? That is why you have to breathe wisdom through the words. You cannot just repeat the words. That is Guru Mukhat, Sravana, listening from the mouth of a teacher. What the person who? The person who knows the reality. Because into the same word, you can push any type of interpretation and ignorance. You see that entire whole beautiful, the teaching that is there. There is no unnecessary condemnation, no unnecessary condonation, condoning something. Everything is accepted, yet everything can be rejected. You can live with anything, yet no need to live with anything. That is where you gain life. I'm so happy being alive, so happy the body is coming to an end. Why? Solve the purpose. So happy to live with so many things. Yes, so happy with nothing at all. Why? Who I am is not dependent on anything. And it all belongs to whom? Mahagrudha kasya siddhanam. Ishavasya vidam sarvam. The whole universe is nothing but Ishvara. Mahagrudha, never covet. Kasya siddhanam. Whose it is? Ishvara. See that word? Kasya siddhanam, two ways they say that. One like very simple. Mahagrudha kasya siddhanam. Do not covet anybody's wealth. The same one can be interpreted also. Mahagrudha, never covet. Kasya siddhanam. Whose it is? All belongs to Ishvara. What is my job is Mahagrudha. Whether it is somebody's or God's, is not mine. That's fact. But it takes a very tough time, because why? Because students, people, when the person is growing up, my house, my car, my body, my education, my job, I this, my this. Therefore, it becomes as though a little difficult. But the moment you see, oh God, what is this resistance happening? What is this misery? It's not anywhere. Then you get away. So, having seen, when the teacher says that Janagana says, yes, what you are telling is right. Evam eva ham astika. Whatever we are saying, what all you are telling, that is how I exist in this world. So the teacher is deliberately trying on these things so that the student can see. Because it's like experimenting with the truth. I told you, experimenting with the truth. Experiment with the truth that you are. How do you know that the car can drive 5,000 kilometers, or how do you know the plane can fly 5,000 miles non-stop unless you take it in a flight? That is why they, before they leave it to the market, they take it without passengers, they take it round. What is the longest haul it can make without the need for refueling? How will you know your rope is very strong? Tie down to a big tree, pull it with a truck, see whether it's standing or not. How do you know the stone is strong or not? Beat it, go ahead hammering it, it doesn't break. Right. There is a beautiful, interesting about some saint in India. They say he was living in a forest. It's a true incident. I forget all the names. How many names you can remember? Take the truth, the idea. Doesn't matter who said, why said, when said, who is bothering about that. Anyway, so he was living in a forest, and he was a single. He used to be, a sort of collecting some berries or something like that in wilderness, living like that. Then one day the king of the place goes to, somebody told him there is a wise man living in the forest, go there. So he goes looking for him, and he says, you must go alone, you cannot go with all the groups of people, and then he will not even talk to you. So he goes alone, and as he goes, long distance he has gone, then the village has gone, now there is a forest coming. He said, whether right track or not, he asked a villager, where is that person staying, that wise man? Oh, he is going at a distance. Go a little more, he will come. So he goes there. He is going on the guise of a very ordinary person. Then he goes there, and then he saw one person is collecting some sticks, some fuels. Then he said, do you know where is that man is, this man is there? He is collecting stick, he did not even look up. He said, you go this way, you know that. However much you may guise as a simple man, the king is king, arrogant and stupid. Because the power has gone into his head, but he is going, and that itself will be for him arrogance. What is that? I am moving on the dress of a very simple person. So full of arrogance. He said, do you know whom are you talking to? He said, why don't you go that way? Just go there. He doesn't even look up and talk to him. So he gets down and whips him. And then he said, forget, enough is enough. He returns. Then he asked the village man who had that, you told me that there is we have to go there, little distance will be there. I didn't find anybody. There was one fellow who was collecting the stick, and I asked him, he says, go there. He said, that is the man. The king felt horrible. So he again rushes back and goes and straight falls at his feet. And he says, You must pardon me. Why didn't you tell you are the person? I said, no, no. Why are you feeling bad? Before you purchase a pot, you try it, tin, 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 you hit it. If it produces nice noise, you know it is perfect. If there is no noise, blah, 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 noise, you know it is no good. It is half-baked. So you don't take it. Now you have tested it out, bitten, no noise, no? Come, sit down and study. This is not a joke, eh? It's not an ordinary story. If you cannot take this samsara in your, literally on your back, if you cannot take everything, if you are burdened by the load, you are not the person to talk about it. If you are like space, galaxies are hanging, there is no load. Everything is there, doesn't matter. You are the person. You taste it out. So every moment you taste it, can this knowledge really take it? There shall be no, there will be no taste which it cannot take. There is no load which it cannot carry. A form has limit, formless can carry any load, right or wrong? Mr. Space cannot take more than 30 kilos on his head. But the space as such, galaxies it can carry. Mr. Consciousness, I am the truth, I know this, I am the Shastri, I am the scripture, I know this, I know that, cannot take even a criticism. You don't know anything. Huh? What do you mean? How do you know? Wisdom doesn't need a certificate. To be who you are, do you need a birth certificate? Huh? For your physical body, you need birth certificate, you know what is that identification certificate. Oh boy, so many different things you need. Consciousness, who shall give you the certificate? Are you conscious or unconscious? I'll let me get a certificate from a collector, or my father, or my brother, or my teacher. No certificate needed. Evam eva hamastida. Experiment. How much can it carry? I'm not going to load God with my problems. Oh, so who is that God of yours which cannot carry few of your sneezings? Eh? What is that truth which cannot carry anything? That's right. So, as this teacher said, the student will say, evam eva, this is how I am existing. What? Kaya krutya asaha purvam tato bhagvistara asaha atha chinta asaha asaha asahisnu asaha. Meaning, please see. First, I dealt with kaya, then vak, then chinta, mana. Three things I dealt with. All the three things. Kaya asaha, meaning unaffected by the kaya, the body. What you are telling is absolute truth. Evam eva, chaitanya eva astita. I exist as the pure consciousness that myself is, that exactly the truth is. Because first I was dealing with the physical body only, taking myself to the physical body. Then I saw, it cannot be, because body is growing, body is young, body is child, body is young, body is old. How can I say, I am young, I am old, body is child, body is young, body is old. I don't have to say, I am the body for the body to grow old or body to grow young. Neither I have to do anything. Time takes care. I cannot say, I see for the eyes to see. I cannot say, I hear for the ears to hear. I cannot say, I taste for the tongue to taste. Not necessary. If the eyes are losing their capacity, natural. But previously I was thinking, oh, I am going to go away, what will happen to my body? No, asaha. No, I am far away. I started with that. moment you start with that, yes, your body, others' bodies, physical universe as it is. See the beauty. Then, vak vistara asaha, words. Then I saw these words, I really can't get involved with. Why? Because of my involvement, stupid words only come. Think. Think for yourself and work on it. Just keep the body like this. If you are that stupid, stitch your mouth. Let it speak. You will go crazy, so you will remove it. Not that the mouth is trying to open it. Vak vistara. Talking what? Nonsense. Pure nonsense. Why? You are insane. You don't know anything about yourself. Understand? Should I be restless if I don't talk? Think of it. Please think of it. The restlessness is chinta, that is mind. Manasa, mana. So because the mind is asaha, you cannot take your mind, you cannot take your thoughts as it is. It expresses two different ways. Action. What is that action? Speech also is an action. Action also is a type of speech. Are you getting that point? Please see that. Please see that. Just be conscious. And to be conscious, what should you do? Should you think? Should you speak? Should you act? To be conscious, should you think? Should you speak? Should you act? Is a thought necessary? A speech necessary? Action necessary? Chinta asaha. I could not take the thoughts. Therefore, speaking. Writing. Therefore, talking, doing something. Walk there, run there, do something, play this game, touch this, taste this, smell this. Understand? Speech is a type of action. Action is a type of speech. I can speak, get out. I don't want to speak. When I'm doing like that, what does it mean? Shaking my hand, no. This is an action, no? Shaking my hand. You and me are talking each other. Another person is looking at a distance. Like this. Because you are talking about, you are talking something nonsense maybe. So, so you understand, I am asking you to go. From a distance a fellow says, oh, why is he shaking his hand? Mosquitoes, huh? How will you understand? It's a language. Without the context, if you don't understand the meaning, you don't understand. Like somebody speaking Tamil in presence of somebody who doesn't know. I speak Hindi in the presence of somebody who doesn't know Hindi. I hear a lot of words, but it doesn't convey anything. You see a lot of action, it doesn't convey anything because you don't understand the context. But you can see for yourself. You can see for yourself. Your thought, your speech, your action, your motive. Who shall see? Only you shall see. Ishvara knows. God knows. want to speak that language, that's your choice. Because from absolute also you can say, okay, nothing. I am. Serve the absolute. Different people will take different types of same truth, but different ways they live it. Like what is that, Krishna, when he was having little headache, you know that story. Krishna was little having headache because he pretended to have a headache. Because his wives were very arrogant, that we are Krishna's wives. Other fellows are nuts. We are all very great. That's the story, okay? Beautiful story. So he wanted to teach them a lesson. So one day he had a headache. He pretended as though he had a headache. So everybody is now worried, oh, Krishna is having a headache. So one goes to rub with the hand, another brings a big paper of and also another brings, goes a little hot fermentation, another brings some salt water thing. Everybody tries out all types of medicine. If there is a headache, it will go. If there is no headache, still it doesn't go. So that is the time Narada comes. Narada comes and he sees the whole household is upside down. Narada says, what happened? Krishna is having a headache. Yeah, Krishna is having a headache. What to do? So ask him for the medicine because nobody else can cure him because he is supposed to be Paramatma. So ask him, what are you trying big paper out for? Try, ask him. He said, yes, if I can get a little dust from my devotee's feet and you put it on my head, it will go. Now, they are wives. They are not Bhakta to Bhagavan. They are the wives of Bhagavan. No Bhakta. The fundamental relationship is gone. The secondary relationship is important. Therefore, they can't give you the dust. That idea doesn't come. Narada, you are the Bhakta. All the wives said, you are the Bhakta, give it. He said, you don't understand. I don't walk on the dust. I always, Manoyana. I think I am there. So, what is the dust in my foot? No, okay, but I will go and bring it. So he goes to the Himalayas story. Where are all the wise people, the devotees, they are there. So these fellows will go there, they are all Brahmalina, sadhu, sannyas contemplating, wise people sitting on there. Then Narada comes, they say, very happy, hello, Narada, wonderful, nice to have satsang, good company. So what is the news of the world? He says, Krishna is having a headache. He needs little dust from the devotee's feet. Can you guys, anybody give little thing? He says, you must be headache. You must be joking. He is Parabrahma. Nirguna, Nishkalam, Nirgunam, Advitiyam. Nirguna, no guna. One without a second. Nishkalam, no part. Where does he have a head to have a headache? He must be joking. That is the Nirguna Brahma Upasaka. He said, why does he have a head to have a headache? He must be going crazy. Oh. They dismiss him. So he goes to, from Himalaya, he goes to Mathura. Again back, gopis are there. What is this? Gopis are not very good because if you love somebody, from him somebody comes now, you love them also. They go, oh, Narada, you have come to Krishna, how is he? He said, no, Krishna is having a headache. Yes, yes. But if you can give a little dust, some devotee can give a little dust from there, take it. Immediately, Gopi sits down and says, here is my leg, take the dust, no problem. And says, are you not afraid that the gods will get your dust and then you shall be going to some hell or something? Because the dust from your feet is going to Krishna's head, God's head. He said, it doesn't matter. If he is cured, that's what I want. I can go to anywhere. It doesn't matter. Wherever I go, he'll be with me. But you take this and cure his headache. The entire Gopi is sitting down there. Now one after, what is this? Narada is there, Gopi is there, he's taking something from the food. This is the story. Yeah, I also sit down. Everybody sitting down. What a sight it must have been, huh? Think. Devotion. In how many ways? Krishna conveyed the message. Of course, he takes the thing and he touches and he goes away. That you are his wives, you are my... Forget the primary relationship between Bhakta and Bhagavan. You can't be a wife without being a Bhakta Bhakti Bhagavan. You can't be a friend without being a Bhakta. That's why Bhagavan Shankara, what Krishna says what? Bhaktosimi sakha cheti. bhaktosi, then Shakha. That language, you see that? Bhaktosi me Shakha cheti. Not only my devotee, but also my friend. A devotee can be a friend, but if you make a friend, devotion goes down the line, understanding goes down the line. That is where people are thoroughly destroyed. Appreciate the wisdom, be a friend, be anything. Friendly with the wise, but no intimation of wisdom. That is why in Brahadharnakara Chandagate comes, and the father, the great sage, sends his son to the Guru, tells him, Asmat Kule Brahma Bandhuna Bhavati, Brahmavit Bhavati. In our dynasty, in our family, there are no Brahma Bandhu. There is nobody who is friendly to a wise man. Brahmavit Bhavati, they are wisdom. Go get the wisdom and come. But in teachers, Krishna's loftiness, he can accept somebody as a friend. The friend forgets that he is a devotee. Finished. Same thing, wisdom. Understand. So which one is that? What attitude? Everything is beautiful. So for any action to begin, listen carefully, thought is needed. So when the asaha, I am no more dependence on my thought, neither therefore on the speech, nor therefore any action. So the speech can be an action. Action also can be a type of a speech. Both I have. I am no more dependent on that. I am happy with myself. Evameva ahamasti. Na sampada, na apada, no adversity, no diversity, no prosperity. So always like that. And further he continues. Priti avavena sabdadehi. These verses are like, you know, so sweet. Every verse is like what? Like what it is. Incomparable, incomparable, incomparable. So sweet, you shall see that. Priti avavena, don't fly. Priti avavena sabdadehe adrishyattvena cha atmanaha vikshepa ekagra hridaya evameva masta. I am always sitting down as you are telling, O Lord. That is how I exist in my life. With total awareness of myself, one with God or one with the self. Why? There is no vikalpana, no vikshepa, projections, agitations of any kind. Listen carefully, friends. A thought is a thought, write it down in your brain. You can inscribe it in your skull. A thought is not an agitation until you see the thought as an agitation. A situation is not a crisis until you see the situation as a crisis. If you are there to see these things, yes sir, you shall be under the You'll be down. It is like, friends, space. Can the space be buried? Try. Put. Go on. To bury the space, you go on throwing the basket of mud. One basket, two baskets. Go on. You are burying the space. Try. But by chance, Mr. Space is existing. Buried in 2 minutes. No, but Mr. Space is as big as the, some 200 mile long and 300 feet height and 400 mile fat. It doesn't matter. It can be buried. It can be buried. Formless cannot be buried. Anything, listen carefully, anything that drowns is not water. Water cannot be drowned, right or wrong? Anything that it drowns is not water. Water is something cannot be drowned. Anything that is burnt is not fire. Fire burns everything. But that which cannot be burnt is fire. Fire cannot be burnt, but fire burns. Space cannot be buried. Space accommodates everything. Nothing accommodates space. The earth cannot be buried like that. See the principle. Consciousness illumines, knows. Nothing can know it. Anything that is known is not consciousness. A thought, perception, sensation. Evam evam asta. How? Vikshepa ekagra hridaya. Vikshepa, there is no vikshepa. The moment you say, there is no vikshepa, that means there is no thought. This is the time, usually the explanation. Vikshepa, there is no vikshepa, means there is no thought. The person is absolutely thought-free, always. What is that? Hayyo. So you mean to say this infinity is so afraid of a finite thought? Vikshepa is not a vikshepa unless you are there. Are you getting that point, please? Please think. Death is not death if I am not there to be dying. Right or wrong? Aging is not aging if I am not there to be aging. Body aging. I am ageless. Thoughts changing. I am changeless. No vikshepa. It's just a thought. Is it an attraction? Distraction? A flower, attraction or distraction? Summer day. Beautiful or ugly? Pleasant or unpleasant? It just is. There is nothing like a good day. Day begins, not a good day. It depends on you. Morning, good morning or bad morning? Do you ever tell anybody bad morning? Just because you say good morning, is it a good morning? You say useless words. Good morning, my son died. Then what good morning now? Good morning, my husband, this happened, or wife, my business collapsed. Good morning, right? What is good morning? Morning. You understand, in a sense. Vikshepa. Why? There is no vikshepa. Nothing is a vikshepa. Why? Listen carefully. The vikshepa is not there, means thought is not there. Please understand the difference between a thought and vikshepa. A thought is not a vikshepa. A thought is a thought, bhavana. A thought is not chinta. Chinta is anxiety. Bhavana is a thought. A thought by itself is not an anxiety. Like an object is not by itself attraction or distraction. So, priti abhavena sabdadehe. Sabdadehe priti abhavena. Sabdadehe means sabda sparsha rupa rasa gandhadehe. Sabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha. Sound, touch, taste, sight, smell. In this, priti abhavena. Priti means I don't see any happiness or unhappiness there. Priti means also apriti. Okay, both. Because as much you shall have the pain as much you have the pain if you see happiness and don't get it, that much of also pain you shall have when if it's unhappiness and you get it. If happiness you don't get it, are you getting that? If an object you consider the object of your happiness or security, you don't get it, you will be unhappy. You consider it as the unhappiness, and if you get it also, you will be unhappy. Are you getting that? So, priti abhavena. So, there is neither like nor dislike. Neither love nor hatred. So, Pritya Bhavena, what then? Since you don't have the Priti, okay, will you think about an object like that, which will be a problem for you? Two types of problem it can come, two types, two ways. There is something which I like, I did not get it. Or I did not like, I got it. That is why only the thought will be a vikshepa. Are you getting that? I did not want it, I got it. I wanted it, I did not get it. Problem. The person who knows himself, there is no question of wanting or not wanting. I am. What comes? Ishvara prasade sarvadukthana mahani prasada buddhi. Very nicely going to Bhagavad Gita. Nowadays, the Sthita Prajna chapter, every day I do that. Very beautifully, mentally, as you walking, get it. Ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishayanindriishcharan atmavashir vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati prasade sarva dukkhana mahani. In our branch there is a brahmachari, he says, the Tamil brahmachari, he says, prasade sarva dukkhanam ani. Nail. Hani. So prasade sarva dukkhanam ani. All the dukkhas will be nailed if you have the prasada buddhi. Whatever comes, O Lord. From Ishvara. Why? From the unknown. Why it comes? I don't know. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasya upajayate prasanna chetaso yasu. Since you have the prasanna chetas, prasada buddhi, there is prasanna chetas. Appa, everything is fine. Whatever happens, in spite of everything is fine. Buddhi paryavatishthati. Your buddhi paryavasthati. Your buddhi, your discrimination is not perfect, complete. Nasti buddhi rayuktasya. Unless you are, if this ayukta, yoga buddhi is not there, prasada buddhi is not there, there will be no buddhi, meaning discrimination. Ayuktasya buddhi nasti, nasti buddhi rayuktasya, nacha ayuktasya bhavana. The person who doesn't have this buddhi, not yukta, thinking is wrong. Nacha abhavayata santihi. The person who cannot think correctly, he shall have misery. Abhavayata shanti nasti. If you cannot think correctly, your peace is gone for a siksha. Asantasya kutas sukham. Person who is asanta, discontented, miserable, rejecting, resisting, cannot take it. Kutas sukham. Where is the happiness? Ayuktasya buddhi nasti, bhavana nasti, abhavayatah shanti sukham nasti, shanti nasti, asantasya sukham nasti. You want to be happy? Be shanta. You want to be shanta? Right thinking. And right thinking, right attitude, understand yourself. So priti abhava. Priti abhava means he hates everybody. No! I love it. Where? As it is. Not that it must be mine to love it. That the sun must be shining in my mouth. You must be crazy. If the peacock dances only in front of my garden, only I am happy. The wild is dancing. The cuckoo is singing in the other man's garden. In front of our tree only. Hey, Gade. Anything. You love everything in life. Even as wasp stings also. Whoa, beautiful. Why? We never had experienced it before. It's a new experience. Listen, consciousness is same experience every day. Same thing, always. How many times you are stung by this scorpion? Don't die, huh? But in experience, I have been stung by the wasp. The marks are there. These are the hornets. 10 times more powerful. How do you feel? Wow, man, that's right. See, we have all experienced love, affection, deception of highest order. Have you experienced? No. Then what have you strength? There is no strength. Yeah, I have gone to walking in the, what is that place? Beach and this road, beautiful, right? Have you taken the trekking to Himalayas? No. I mean, that also is something to be done, no. But why deliberately putting myself into trouble? Hey, who knows, maybe one day you have to do that. That is why. Because you don't take yourself deliberately into trouble, God sends you to test you out. You consider yourself very wise, wisdom, So some things you see comes in life, so that test the wisdom. Unshakable. Vrikshavat tisthase. Stand like a tree. Stand steady as a tree. Vrikshavat tisthase. Mahanarana Upanishad. Chidyamana epi na kuppyeta na kampeta. Even if you are cut down, na kuppyeta na kampeta. Neither you get angry, nor you, like a tree. Tree doesn't get angry or shivers. Ooh. Abiding in yourself. Iti vikshepa ekagrata. And so, pratyabhavana sabdade. So, thoughts are there beautiful, not there also beautiful. Since there is no priti, unnecessarily your mind doesn't think of, listen carefully, your mind will project an object. If you feel unhappy in life, the mind will project, get this, will be happy. Are you getting that point, please? If you consider yourself unhappy, your mind, you shall again project that if these things I will get, I will be very happy. If you are the happiness itself, what is that the ahankar, the I should suggest for your happiness? Think. Just think. If I am the happiness itself, absolute, who is there going to suggest me, get this, you will be happy? I am already happiness. So, pritya bhavena. I don't hate, I don't reject, I don't like or dislike, I am happiness itself. Like a person, think of it, a person sitting down in your house, very comfortable. You have to go and ask him, gently with courteousness, politeness, coffee, mixture, muduku, masala dosa sappalama. Why? With this person, nirvedam, as they say, kuttavalaga madri, sitting down like a lamp post, lamp in your house. So he doesn't ask anything, nothing else. So what do you do? Because he is so nice, what do you say? Only this. But suppose, so now you have to go, but suppose one person is going up and down, up and down, up and down in your house, what will you say? You shall be also going up and down, up and down. What does he want? What does he want? Now he putting on a thought inside your head because he is so restless. Suppose he is very comfortable, you project, try it out, but then after, anyway, he really doesn't want anything. Thank you. Same thing. Be happy. You are with yourself. Now, why the I thought will come? You must get that to be happy. Because it is lost. You must do this to be happy. It doesn't project. Listen carefully. Next. So, object is taken care, thoughts are taken care. Adrushyatvena atmanaha. Atma, the Chaitana, the consciousness, myself, adrushya, cannot be seen, heard, tasted, touched, smelt. In the absence of not being seen, tasted, touched, smelt, there is no thought. So to be the self, thought is not required. Since I am not depending on the other object for happiness, the thought of the other object is not coming. Vikshepa ekagra hridaya. I don't know what to tell. I hope you see all these things, okay? Vikshep ekagra hridaya. No vikshep. Don't say no thought. Be careful. Don't say no thought. No vikshep. Who creates the vikshep? I, individual. And that man creating, they can only give you things, they can give you a thought. Dying can kill you. I am dying is yours. Now replace that time with anybody you like. Mosquito can bite you. Troubled is I. Wasp can sting you. The I is troubled. Without a sense of individuality, it cannot be there. Be that. Not that therefore telling, oh, the wasp biting is very nice, I am very... No, I don't want to talk about it. If that much you don't understand. It is there to be taken care. Taken care. Body is not well, it must be taken care. Things are not all right, taken care. But could be resolved, super. Could not be resolved, excellent. Why? Evam eva hamastitaha. That is how I am. I say that. Now it will be people's problem. Why is it like that always? It doesn't mean anything. That's why you withdraw from everybody. Sit down. Okay. You don't need me, I don't need you either. No problem. When you need me, I need you. If you don't need me, what shall I need you for? For what? If a thought comes, I may need it. If a thought doesn't come, I don't look for it. How do you like it? How do you like it? If a food comes, I may take it. If it doesn't come, I don't go for it. Who can bug you? Are you getting that point, please? Vikshepa evam eva ahmas. So what? Oh Lord, whatever you're telling is right. Same thing. Samadhyasadi viksheptau vyavahara samadhaye. Read the two verses. Okay, you have read the 3 and 4 you read. How many verses are there? Oh, another tomorrow we shall see 4 verses. Just see, read the 2 verses. Samadhyasadi viksheptau vyavahara samadhaye. Evam vilokya niyamam evam evahamaastitah heyopadeya virahat evam harsha vishadayoh abhavadadya he brahman evam evahamaastitah heyopadeya virahat evam harsha vishadayoh abhavadadya he brahman evam evahamaastitah. So he said, evam eva ahamastitah. This is how I am always existing within myself as I am. Why? Samadhyasadi vikshipto vyavahara samadhaya. Beautiful. Samadhaya vyavahara. These verses are like atom bomb. Atom bomb is also not the word. Hydrogen bomb, nitrogen bomb, you name it, any bomb you like. The most powerful, boom, boom. Pulverizes everything. You see, samadhaya vyavahara, samadhyasadi vikshipto. Samadhyasadi vikshipto. Adhyasa means superimposition. Superimposition of any kind brings vikshepa, agitation, projection of many kinds in life. Vikshepa. What is this? What is that superimposition? You think, what is superimposition? Listen carefully. I know what you are thinking, no problem. I don't know what you are thinking, no problem. But when I think this you must be thinking, that is what it is. Flower as it is, no problem. Happiness, no, as it is. Flower as happiness, unhappiness. neither happiness nor unhappiness. This is truth. What is adhyasa? If I get this flower, I am very happy. This flower makes me unhappy. Imposition of happiness, unhappiness in the object is adhyasa. Imposition of security, insecurity in the object is adhyasa. The entire monetary system is a pure adhyasa. I promise to pay the bearer and demand the sum of rupees. You know that stupid little piece of paper? How powerful it is? For us it is powerful. 1,000 rupee note, give it to goat. Go to him in 1 second. Now 1,000 rupees dinner now. And for next 10 days nothing needed. Is it so? Pure adhyas, superimposition. I promise to pay the bearer on the demand the sum of rupees this. This is the banknote. How do you deceive people in life? I promise to pay the liver, the person who is living with me, the sum of happiness of 5,000 rupees. When you have promised, when you promise somebody that I will give you happiness, you are helping him in a superimposition. The fellow believes it. You have not promised, the other person sees it. Adhyas. Can you really give somebody happiness? How can you give it? You can give some comfort, sensation, happiness. So since you have imposed happiness on a comfort or a sensation or an object, drive crazy. It has been there for years, a long time. Not only object, but also person. My father, my mother will give it for me, my father will do that, my brother, my husband, my wife, my lover, my beloved, my guru, my God. You impose. God is safe. He has not promised you anything. He is not available for any negotiation or discussion. So if you get angry, you throw the God also. You know, if people think it's devotee, Gade. If you get something from God, you are a devotee. If you don't get something from God, you are not devotee. You are negotiating a non-negotiable relationship. Jnana Sambandha is non-negotiable. Are you getting that point, please? Ishvara, Jiva, permanent. That is in a simple story of that Abhimanyu, it comes out, no? So nice. I mean, Abhimanyu dies. Arjuna cries miserably, breaks down. Only son. Krishna says, okay, we'll go to heavens. Because he is in department, no, everything, everywhere he can go. So he takes him for others to learn. So he takes him to, what is that boy? Arjuna, he takes Arjuna to heavens. And the story, Abhimanyu comes out, prostrates to Krishna and asks, who is he? Arjuna says, Podam, enough. Bola, let's go. Let's go. Why? Jivatma will always recognize Paramatma, Jiva Ishvara Sambandha. This boy, how many lives you have got? In every life, how many fathers, how many mothers, how many wives, how many children, how many sisters, how many brothers? Which one is yours? Runanubandharupena pati patni sutadayaha runakshaye kshayam yanti tatraka paridevana. Runanubandharupena, according to your runa, like a dates in life. Pati, patni, sutadayaha. Why somebody your husband, why somebody your wives, why somebody your children, why they are not your children, why they are not your husbands or wives. You cannot say. Runanubandharupena, according to your karma date. Runakshaye kshayam yanti. They pay the debt. You have paid your debt, either you go or they go. Tatra ka paridevana. Why are you worried about it? Living, enjoy. Dead, namaskar. Jiva Ishvara. Permanent. But you have put superimposition. What is that? Brahman yourself the truth. Who you are, who I am is the truth. Superimposition is son, brother, husband, wife, child, friend, these things. That is why wherever there is dukkham, there must be superimposition. If there is a conscious superimposition, there is no dukkham. But if there is a dukkham, there is a superimposition. You are playing a role, you will not be affected. If you are affected, you are not playing a role. You have taken the role to be very serious, real. See that. Let come, let us pray for 2 minutes. Oh God will take care. When he is not taking care, that he will take care. What is the futuristic stuff for God also? God also in future, is your uncle or what? I can't help you now. Waiting for the business that works out, then I'll give it to you. This is your uncle. If God also is futuristic, you have reduced the God to your uncle. Any moment, every moment, Ishvara alone is existing. Ishvara. So, wherever there is an imposition, there shall be dukkha. Rather the other way around. If you are going through conflict, pain, misery, dukkham, you are already superimposed. You are seeing things which are not there. You have imposed, listen carefully. You don't recognize snake as snake. You imposed innocence in the snake, you will be bitten. You see poison in the earthworm, you will be afraid. Earthworm has no poison, the snake is not earthworm. Okay, I didn't see that. So the snake is biting. Right, thank you. It can bite what? It can bite your body, but not the truth. A person can take away everything, but not yourself. They can affect your image, so-called image, but not the truth. Are you the image or the truth? Because you go on collecting images, and that images you superimpose yourself. That is, when the image is affected, you are also affected. Oh, I was a good boy, a great teacher, and industrialist, executive, prime minister. Don't worry, prime minister positions shall never be affected. Only you are feeling affected. Think. Images can be taken like masks. Me? No. So if you have this problem, samadhyasadi vikshipta, because of the samadhi superimposition, you will have the vikshep. Vyavahara samadhi. Then there is a need for samadhi. Samadhi abhyas. You have to do samadhi. Evam vilokya niyamam, having seen this, and me being myself, I have no need for samadhi practice. I am not disturbed, I am not vikshipta, I am not agitated, there is no restlessness. What is the question? Am I practicing samadhi now? Evam eva amastita, I know this will happen. If I do this, this will happen. I don't do this, finish. Mana janamite mulam, it comes very nicely in some Upanishad. Kama, he kama, janamite mulam, he kama, I know your root. Sankalpat kilajayase. By sankalpa you come. Sankalpa is what? First thing, flower. Next sankalpa is vishayam dhyayato pumsa. I like this, I like this, I like this, I want this. Ekama janamite mula sankalpa. Who is doing sankalpa? You do the sankalpa. That's a kamya karma, you have to do sankalpa. God, do this, do this, do this. Why? Kamya karma. If it is not doing sankalpa, with some address it will go, you will be unhappy. No? So your address must be given Adya Brahmana, Aditya Prarde, Sudhavaragarte, Vaismanandre, in this place, in that place, in under this stone, in this stand, under that tree. Okay? It will come to you. So the person is very careful, taking everything to his own digitalized personal account. I don't have an account. Why? When a person is dead, where the money goes? Government. I am dead. God is my accountant, let him handle it. If he doesn't, that's his choice, that's not my problem. I have given it. What do you mean I have given it? It was always his. In between I was stupid, I thought mine. I was taking it. Now I have finished, I have pushed off my hand, now it is all his game. You want to kill me? Fantastic. Want to make me alive? Wonderful. Ishvara, Ishvara, Ishvara. This is God intoxication, non-alcoholic intoxication of divinity. Unaddictive high of the drugs. Tremendous sensation of the extreme sensations of sound, touch, taste, smell, sight. What is that is more attractive than that? Tasmat, samadhi always, sadhaiva samadhi. Evam eva para puja, sarvavasthasu sarvada. Sarvavasthasu sarvada. All times, all places, all conditions, this is the samadhi. This is the puja. Call it worship if you like. Ultimate worship of God in what is that? Yoga Vasishtha, you are saying that. Ultimate worship. Samadhi, being yourself. One of them. He alone is existing. What is the highest love? Love alone is there. How many times people say, it is the victory of the game, not the player. It's victory of love, the truth, God, consciousness. Therefore, eva vilakya niyamam. I saw this niyama, I see this vyavahar, I see this law, this functioning. What? Dukkham only if there is adhyasa. Pain will come with superimposition. With superimposition, pain may not come. But if there is if there is a dukkham, there is superimposition. Suppose you consciously superimpose. I am happy, but I want to enjoy the movie with the other person because he is liking. Also, I go there and how is the movie? How did you like it? Excellent, excellent. Not that way. How is the movie? Suppose this fellow is telling, oh, this food is really stupid. If that makes him happy, yes, this food is really stupid. But I think it's nice. Yeah, it's nice. You know the situation. Because for you, it doesn't add anything to your dimension. Not takes away anything. Navardhate na kanya. Always happy with yourself. Ishvara, Ishvara, Ishvara. O Lord, how Arjuna says, Natvat samasti utopi adhikanya. There is nobody like you. What is the question of bigger than you? Incomparable. There is no similarity to that happiness, that absolute bliss that I am. What is the question of bigger than that? Lesser than that? It alone is. Therefore, samadhi, evam eva hamastika, no need to samadhi practice. Always like this. Ultimate wisdom. Heya upadeya virahat, evam harsha vishadayo, abhavat adya he brahman, evam eva hamastika, he brahman. He addresses his guru, ASHTAVAKRA, hey Brahman. Same thing that I am. Evam eva ahamastika. That is how I am existing. Why? Heya upadeya virahat. Heya upadeya virahat. There is no, nothing heya. Neglected, negligible, neglected, rejected. Upadeya. Good, comfortable, convenient, desirable. There is no such thing. Tasmat harsha vishadayoho abhavat. Therefore there is no harsha, vishada. Harsha is elation. Vishada is grief. What is elation? If you, that which is heyam, that which you don't want, you don't get. Harsha. Upadeya, that which you upadeya, you get. Harsha. What is vishada? What is upadeya? What is you want, you don't get. Vishada. What you don't want, heya, you get. Vishada. Since there is aheyam, anupadeyam. There is nothing heyam, there is upadeyam. There is no such thing to get it or not to get it. Whatever is, Beautiful. Evam evamastitaha. Who passes the judgment on desirable and undesirable? Understand, friends. This weather you have no control. Listen carefully. The sun is shining. Rain comes. Winter passes. Spring comes. You don't control the weather. You know how to face it. Okay? But the weather of your mind you can control from the moment a thought comes. There is no question of after it rains you facing it. That also is needed for some people. It is required. You don't create the rain. There is no question of rain pouring down. Have you seen dukkha pouring down, raining down? Oh, yesterday was happiness rain. Unhappiness rain. Rain. What people think? Somebody is going to give me happiness. You are disappointed. Somebody is going to give me security. You are disappointed. You are disappointed in gods, people, traditions, scriptures. Because you are disappointment for yourself. You are a disappointment. Why? You don't know the truth of yourself. And if you go to a teacher who tells you, you are the truth, you come back with an idea, my teacher is the truth. Therefore I must hold on to my teacher. What happens? Poor teacher, dead. Because teacher, whatever I think, because of my devotion, whatever I say, he must do. It's like, because of my devotion, God should give me what I want. If he doesn't give me what I want, who do you throw out? Yourself or God? God. So if I have devotion to my God, devotion to my Guru, so the Guru should give me. If I am stupid not to get it, who should be thrown? Of course Guru, no. Scriptures, traditions, father, mother, husband, wife, children, everybody should be rejected. Me, standing. Yes, you will stand. Isolated, misery. The misery shall be complete because you are still expecting one day, someday, somewhere, happiness will descend. Truth will come. No, it is there. Your problem is in waiting. How do you like, friends? How do you like? It happens so many times in life. You come out of the airport, you are waiting at one gate. The person who has come to receive you, they are waiting in another gate. Both are waiting. How beautiful it is. Truth is waiting, I am also waiting. Game is, what a trouble. God is waiting, I am also waiting. I am waiting is okay, but why can't God tell me from the God's standpoint, I am not there. Therefore he doesn't know whom to talk. And there where you are waiting, when you are no more waiting, God comes and you are jumping in one place. Where is the steadiness? Where is the stillness? Where is the stillness? Jumping, jumping, jumping. I don't know. Then you are tired, you stop. Suddenly stillness is right under your feet. There is no movement. You think you need some more example? God. I am thankful to God that is beautiful things, it's so sweet. Same place. Two places people are waiting. There where you are waiting, there the God is, there the truth is. Therefore, having known this, harsha abhavat, there is no heya no upadeya, therefore no harsha no vishada, no abhavat, adya he Brahman, oh, you are the truth, the absolute all pervasive, adya, now, today means what? Now at this moment, here and now, Evameva Stida. I am always with that. Whatever you say is absolute truth. Be that.